välkomna till Skellefteå AIK-podden. And I'm gonna immediately turn to English mode because here with me today from a town of great centers. One is Joe Sakic and another one is Mr. Tyler Morley from Burnaby, Canada. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
How's it going?
It's going good so far. Yeah, it's good to be here.
Could you give us like the short presentation of who you are?
Yeah, Tyler Morley from Burnaby, British Columbia, Canada. Play center. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a good start. We're going to work on the bigger presentation here in the podcast today. So so how's it been? How's your summer been?
Yeah, I think it was a different summer for everyone. Not as enjoyable due to the pandemic, but it was life. It was an adjustment. But yeah, it's just good to be here and get training and meeting the staff and the players and kind of getting the next season rolling.
How did you notice the situation that we're in? How was it affecting your life in Canada during the summer?
I couldn't go see my fiance down in Australia because the borders closed there. The gyms were closed at home, so I was trying to order weights and stuff, and that was very difficult because everything was sold out. So it was kind of a lot of panic, because as us hockey players especially, we need our weights for our job. So it was challenging at times, but it was, like I said, an adjustment, and you had to do what you needed to do. And then slowly things started to open maybe 5-6 weeks after I got home. And then, you just had to ramp things up a little sooner and train a little harder than you usually do because you had a shorter amount of time.
And you got here a couple of weeks ago. Until then, did you do your own kind of summer training?
Yeah, I do my own summer training every year with my trainers at home. It's like 5 days a week we're in with them. So this year you're limited to, I think it was 3 or 2 days a week. So it was an adjustment, so you had to do a lot of stuff on your own as well, which is no problem. So I kind of was able to, when I got a hold of some things, I was able to build a little gym in my basement and kind of did things like that and did a lot of bike riding on my bike. So yeah, it was just different and an adjustment, but it's good to be here because you still have a good 5-6 weeks before the season starts. So it's still a lot of time to prepare and get yourself ready for what's most important is the games.
It's been a truly challenging time for everyone, but hopefully we can get some people in here for when the season starts. So, like I said, you got here a couple of weeks ago. How's the first weeks been here in Skellefteå?
It's been good. I like it here a lot. The staff and players are very welcoming, and like yourself and the rest of the ownership and stuff have been awesome to me so far. Great town. I've had no problems, easy to get around. It is a smaller town, but it's cool that you're back in a hockey town, hockey community. And everyone here seems very passionate about the game and the club. So it's, I'm excited.
How is it compared to, hard comparison to Burnaby, your hometown?
It's way different. Hockey's big in Canada. It's just set up differently. Here you kind of play for the club all the way up and try and make it to pros, where you kind of, after you're 14, 15, you're kind of trying to get to a junior team that can be anywhere across Canada if you play major junior, or if you're trying to get a scholarship, play in the US, then you're trying out for another kind of different junior team. So it's just structurally it's way different. But yeah, it's cool to see like here the way it's built, and like last week I was out there with the kids skating around with them with the hockey camp, so that was cool to kind of see that side of it as well.
Yeah, sounds great. We're going to talk a little bit about your background and then work our way to onto present day. So we're going to start with, like I said, Burnaby, where you're from, and what we acknowledged over here is that it's a strong hockey culture in Canada. There's a lot of great talent that comes from Canada, obviously, and from your town, like I said, Joe Sakic. I think most people know him. Is it historically a place where that's grown a lot of talent? Has it been a historically strong culture over there?
Yeah, it's especially my kind of neighborhood growing up. There was Burnaby where I lived, and then there was the Winter Club, which is a little private club, but that had kind of kids come from different areas, and it's produced a lot of high-end hockey players. Yeah, and when I was growing up, I was never on the top teams because there was that much better players that were better ahead of me at the time. But yeah, there was a couple of years below me was Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. I think was the first one to be first overall draft pick.
Now in Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, and then there's Matt Barzell, who's same kind of thing, went through the same program.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's pretty good too, but he's younger than me. But yeah, then there's guys my age that went through that kind of development program through that, I guess, Winter Club, and moved on into the NHL. And guys are up and down still, but they're still playing pro hockey, and so I'd say that was produced a lot of high-end players.
But have they always had good facilities and a good youth development program?
Yeah, it's built like I said, it's built differently. So you kind of when I was going through, it was kind of you just practiced. There wasn't really any gyms or anything like that. You just practiced twice a week and then played maybe 1 or 2 games a week. So you weren't on the ice that often. And then as you got older into juniors, you do your own gym with whatever trainer you want. You're not structured under a specific team or have to show up at a certain place. It's kind of up to you where you want to train or how you want to train and how much you want to skate or how you want to skate. And you got to obviously you pay your trainers and then you pay per ice times in the summer. So it is an investment, but in the end, if you're doing well, you're going to invest into yourself to play well and then hopefully make more so you can put more into your training and and then try and advance your career.
Yeah, if you commit to it, it can pay off.
Yeah,
really. And when did you, at what age did you feel like, let's go for it, the hockey career?
I wouldn't say it was until I was more into college that I realized I can possibly make a living out of this. I was just a late bloomer growing up and kind of just sporadically made a junior B team and then just kind of went with that season and then made it to junior A and didn't come from a hockey background, so we didn't really know how hockey ran or what to do or what the next steps were. It was just kind of just playing and see what happened, and then eventually got a scholarship and played in the U.S. and then that was a bonus for us to get a schooling paid for 4 years at a good school and most importantly get an education paid for. And so you're kind of just going there to obviously do well in hockey, but most importantly get a degree so you have something you can fall back on when hockey's over. And then as college went on, I was getting better and better every year, and I was like, well, I can possibly make a living out of this. And then every year it's just been a new experience, and here I am today in a good league and still playing the game that I love and got the best job in the world.
So it turned out great.
Yeah.
And so where was the college? That was in the US, was it?
Yeah, I went to Alaska, Fairbanks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Staying in the north.
Stay in the north. So I'll be used to these winters, no problem.
And for people who wonder, to pin it on the map, Burnaby is close to Vancouver, right, on the west coast?
Yeah, okay. Burnaby, it takes me maybe 20 minutes to drive to like the right downtown, in the middle of the city. So it's the suburb, I guess we call it, close next to Vancouver.
So you've been to a couple of Canucks games, have you?
Yeah, growing up, went to a few. Not many because tickets were pretty expensive, but went to whenever we got them for free. We rotated between my brother and I to go watch some games.
So you grew up Canucks fans. We've been gathering questions from the fans, and a lot of questions was your favorite team in the NHL. So if you have to say one, it's
I wouldn't say I was like a diehard Canucks fan. Obviously, we'd watch when we got free tickets, but I think with, like you said earlier, with Joe Sakic playing in Burnaby, and then he ended up buying kind of Avalanche jerseys but changed it to Burnaby. So all of us at Burnaby kind of liked Colorado because he was such an idol and kind of that perfect player that was a role model, but at the same time, he was such a dominant player. And they were so good when we were younger, so we'd always just kind of watch and kind of hope for him. And yeah, the one time he won the Stanley Cup, he brought it back to Burnaby, and kind of his day with the cup was with the whole, everyone in the organization. So that was really cool and just showed how he was, all he wanted to do was always give back and was never about himself.
It's cool. Really great of him to bring it back to where it all started, back to his roots. We actually had the Stanley Cup here last year. Oscar Sundqvist won it with the Blues, and he used to play here, so he brought it back to the area, back to the stadium here.
Yeah, and I think that's awesome. And then especially for the young kids, they see the guys that are like that and show that it's not. They're all for just to be role models, like I said, for the young kids and aspiring hockey players.
Truly. Do you have any former teammates that you look up to and got inspired by growing up as a player?
Like former teammates, not. You'd see how, like, I guess different players would handle themselves. Some good, some poorly, and you just kind of, you wouldn't try and follow them. Like, you kind of got to do. I feel like you got to do what's best for you, and you know what's best for your, most importantly, your body to prepare yourself. Some can prepare certain ways, and some don't do any. And I wouldn't say I looked up to anyone. I just kind of slowly figured out what works best for me in order to prepare for a game or practice or season.
And a question we have to ask, obviously, is the jersey number 86. Is it Nikita Kucherov inspired or something? Another reason?
I don't. I think it was in juniors one year. We got to pick. I don't know why we got to pick numbers, so we just went crazy with it. And then college, we weren't allowed. And then when I came back overseas, my college number wasn't available, so I was like, I'll just go back to my junior number. So that wasn't inspired by anyone. Just, I don't know. Made me look bigger on the ice too. With
he got it from you.
Yeah.
let's stick to that.
Yeah. So yeah, and then it's been easy just to stay overseas and keep the same number. So I wouldn't say it has any roots at all.
So you had it for a while. You had it in Finland, right?
Yeah.
In Tappara.
Yeah.
So that's the story about jersey number 86.
Still no goals though after the first period, but into the second, finally Tyler Morley in the top scorer's jersey thanks to his 4 assists on Friday against Klagenfurt. Gets his first goal of the CHL, the shot going all the way through into the net past Hiller.
Let's talk about your time off the ice. What does a day without hockey looks like for you?
Like in season or at home in the summertime?
During the season.
Yeah, I think it's you go get lunch right away. I think it's awesome that here in Finland, or Sweden, sorry, and in Finland, it's they do a good job for lunches. So instead of going home and kind of making something that might not be good, you kind of refuel yourself right away. And then, yeah, just kind of relax depending on what kind of day it is or the weather. If it's nice out, try and be outside and just get as much sun on you as possible. And then make dinner and kind of just hang out and recover. I think that's kind of all we can really do for how hard we have to work during the days.
And do you have any special interests or hobbies? You mentioned biking.
Yeah, summer I bike, golf a lot with my buddies when we can. And then my family grew up doing a lot of like water skiing and barefooting. So
outdoor activities.
Yeah, outdoor activities with our boat and stuff. So yeah, it's at home. I'm outside almost every day trying to do something outside, enjoy the outdoors.
What kind of golfer are you? Are you the Happy Gilmore type or the more calm guy?
No, calm.
Focused.
It's like I really enjoy it because it's a sport that you can go out there and have fun, and I can turn off the competitive side. So if I shoot a bad round, it's a bad round, but you kind of just have laughs with it. If you're shooting good, you kind of enjoy it. But it's a good kind of relaxed, calm, and good and it was the only thing we could really do social this summer with our friends. So we're trying to get out there as much as we could together.
Yeah, it's a really social outdoor activity. And yeah, you obviously need to challenge Linus Lindström. He's been playing a lot, at least he says so.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to show him what's what. Apart from that, TV shows, do you have anything or movies or anything in particular that you watch?
Oh, whatever I haven't watched, try to watch something new. Try not to watch too much of it, but sometimes it's just all there is to do. But yeah, it's kind of just bounce around from different shows, and I kind of watch everything. I don't watch horror movies, but watch almost everything else.
The thing that comes up at your suggestion box at Netflix.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, like Netflix or like HBO's, or if I can stream something. So kind of bounce around between everything. Sometimes I'll rewatch something. Probably rewatch Game of Thrones again this year because I didn't watch it again last year.
You watch everything except the last season. We don't have to talk too much about that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'll rewatch that, but yeah, I'll probably rewatch that this winter. So yeah.
Winter is coming, as they say in the show. So it's Game of Thrones. In the music department, there's a lot of modern. They play a lot of pop music in the locker room. Sometimes it's hip hop. What do you prefer? If you get to choose the music before a game,
before a game, I think I think it's more upbeat music. Just kind of helps your body. I don't know, get your heart rate up, and I don't know. I've enjoyed my upbeat during the games. Practices, I've heard some country go off in there, which I was surprised. This is the first time I've heard country in Europe. But I was talking to a couple of guys today, and they said they really like it. So it's nice to hear that kind of stuff. But I've ranged from all over. I'll go new stuff, old rock and roll type stuff, country. Yeah, I kind of hit it all.
It's been rubbing off from the time when Bud Holloway was here. He was a true country maniac. Okay. So yeah, it's been Oscar's been countrified as well as other players. So it's a bit of a country culture here.
Yeah, I like it. It's just relaxed, especially after practice. It's nothing crazy. It's good sing-along songs too. So yeah, I like it. And like I said, I kind of just listen to everything.
But do you have any particular artists that you prefer, if you have to name one?
No, I would, if it's country, I'd say stuff from like 4 or 5 years ago. They made really good country. The stuff recently I haven't enjoyed, I guess, to say as much. But that's just personal preference. It's nothing against it. So,
okay.
But nothing. I would say nothing particular. I'd say there's a good standard 30 songs that everyone loves, and when it comes on, everyone knows it, and that's what's the fun part about country music. So
the last question here is, if you didn't play hockey, what do you think you would do? It's hard.
I have no idea. I mean, like I was fortunate enough to go to school and get a degree, so I got a business degree. So if I was to retire today, I guess I would try and use that to my advantage. I grew up playing box lacrosse, so I think if I wasn't panning out as hockey, I'd take box lacrosse as far as I could, and hopefully get a scholarship there. But like that doesn't pay much in the pro rank, so you'd have to get a second job. But yeah, I have no idea what I'd do or be, and I haven't really thought about it. Just enjoyed playing right now, and hopefully not to focus on that till later on.
That sounds good. No plan B, not yet.
No plan B yet.
That sounds great. And the road to Skellefteå, how you got here, was it a no-brainer when you got the question to come to SHL? I mean, you played 2 years in Finland, right? So was it something that you've been reaching for, or?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, for sure. When I was first coming over, I always wanted to come to Sweden. I used to train with Jeff Tambellini, and he always talks so highly of this league. And I think as North Americans, you want to get into Sweden or Switzerland is what's talked about over there. So, but yeah, I mean, I had an amazing 2 years in Finland. It was great hockey and got treated very professionally and treated so well. And then was having a good season last year, and we just made the decision to try and see what else was out there. And yeah, early springtime, this came up, and it was kind of, I didn't know much about Swedish hockey at all, or teams or anything. But with the agents and stuff, they explained to me, and after the meeting I had with Eric, it was an easy decision after that.
And do you feel that you have had quite a strong season with the Tappara last season, and do you feel that you've been empowered by that now when you come here? Feel like you have that in the backpack, so to speak.
Yeah, it was kind of obviously we had a really good team. It was playing with really good players, so it makes the game a lot easier. And then to come here to a high-end team that's year in, year out in the top of the standings, it kind of makes yourself more comfortable, and you know you're going to play with good players, but you also know you have to contribute on your side as well. And then last year at Tappara, we had such a good team, and we were so ready for playoffs and a long playoff run. And it kind of just left like an empty feeling leaving, because you didn't know how you truly could have done. And I thought we could have won a championship, no problem. Obviously, it would be hard to win the playoffs, but we had the team to do it. So it kind of left a empty feeling and kind of gives you the drive to want to get back out there and start playing. So now transitioning to this, it's a high-end team, and after these few practices, we got a really good squad, it looks like. I mean, I've never seen a Swedish team play, but from what we got out there, it looks like we got really good hockey players, and kind of want to get things going again and kind of chase to make the playoffs and finish top in the season, and then carry that into the playoffs.
But here in the SHL, we at least got to finish the ground series, but in Finland they just closed it. You didn't even have to finish.
I think we finished on a Thursday, and there were still games supposed to be played Saturday, and then they canceled the league on the Friday or something. It was something like that. But we finished all our rounds of play. So we played the 60, and other teams played 59, I think. So, but yeah, we played our last game, no fans, but it was just kind of, like I said, it was kind of empty feeling, kind of left. When you did so well all season, and then you you're preparing for playoffs, especially the last month and a half, to finish strong and gear up for the playoffs, and then it's kind of just like, hey, you guys got to go. So it's kind of weird, and just weird even all summer mentally. You're kind of...
Something was missing.
Yeah, something was missing. Like, you didn't really have a closure to the season, so...
Yeah, we really they took the decision fast to close it up, and they didn't do like they did it in North America, where they're closing up now 4 months later. So in either way, it's a weird circumstances, but yeah, we're looking forward to a new season.
Yeah,
that's that we can say, and your contribution on and off the ice. What do you like to bring out in your own game?
Yeah, I think just play my game, like we call it 200-foot game. Like, as a center, you got to be good responsibly in the D zone, really good in the middle, especially on this big ice, to break out passes. You got some extra room, so if I can be good in the breakouts to give it to the winger so we can go, and then contribute offensively, and just kind of hold on the puck and make the plays that I can make. And then off the ice, it's a younger group, so just try and be a good leader and a good example, and as much as I can. And yeah, it's just, we got a good team and good group of guys, so it's been a lot of fun so far.
And keep a lookout on the younger guys.
Yeah.
So they behave.
Yeah, no, they're good kids.
Yeah, yeah, they are. And would you describe yourself as a two-way center, working all over there?
Yeah, I'd say I can play, obviously, penalty kill or shutdown center, and I can play an offensive, like power play, anywhere kind of play, and 5-on-5, and yeah, I kind of play, I would say 200-foot game. Like, there's no real special side to where I'm better at.
That sounds great. And how important would you describe the locker room chemistry? I get the feeling that it's very important. I look at teams now in the NHL playoffs, and For example, I compared Tampa Bay with Columbus, two different teams on paper, but out on the ice it's pretty close. And I have a theory that it's a lot of it depends on the locker room chemistry in a team like Columbus, and when Vegas reached the final a couple of years back. How important would you describe that to be?
Yeah, I think you can have it, especially NHL. It shows that everyone's so good there that it doesn't matter what you have on paper. You gotta play as a team and gel as a team, and I've always a firm believer in, like, as cliche as it sounds, like, individual success doesn't come by yourself. It comes from team success. So I think locker room's super important, and to gel is super important, and most importantly, everyone's got to trust each other to do their job, and so we can play within the system. So as the coaches are doing a good job to implement the systems, and if everyone trusts that everyone's going to do their job, then you know you can do what you need to do, and know that if you fail, that there's guys behind you that will save you. But if you kind of try and do your own thing, not only are you going to cost the team maybe a goal or a win, but you're going to make yourself look like you're not part of the team. So I think it's very important, like you said, and so far we have a really good group of guys. Show up and work hard every day, but they can also have some laughs too, so which is also important. And it's very important, and we just get ready for the season to get going, and once the games start going, then we can see you got to deal with adversity and different things like that.
You'll deal with it when as it comes. But last season we really got the group together great, and we didn't lose a game for the whole month of February, and that I think that was some effect of a great chemistry. Do you get that? Do you get that feeling from the team now that you're in a good place, all of you together?
Yeah, I think you can see it right away when it's kind of neat for coming from the outside, coming in, because you don't know how things are run or how things are and how different guys are, but you can kind of see how kind of happy everyone was to be together again, and kind of getting back to work and skating and pushing each other. And then when you kind of go out for lunch and stuff, talk to different guys, they say, "Oh yeah, like I heard about that stat the other day." And I guess you can kind of see it transition, hopefully, into the season. Like you're seeing it transition to these practices, that everyone's really sharp and on the right page and doing what they need to do. So I heard it was a slower start last year, but they were young, and then they've transitioned it the second half of the year. So hopefully every player is important on our team, so the young guys can carry on, and they got a year of more experience, and bring that February-March push into the start of the season and get on top of things right away.
We have a strong core, and now we have a Burnaby center with that as well.
Nyt on sitten Saipan paikka ja laukaus viuhuu hanska käden yläkulmaan niin, että Atte Engren on yllätetty ensimmäistä kertaa tässä ottelussa.
A couple of questions from the fans that they sent in on our social media. First off is a question from Christina, and she's wondering, how's your accommodation? Is it enough space?
Yeah, I got a great apartment. I don't know what it's called. But it's great condo.
I think it's Norbele.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's perfect. It's 3 minutes to the rink. Awesome apartment. I don't know what else to say. It's good bedroom, good kitchen, good living room. It's exactly what I need.
And close to the stadium. Yeah. So that's important. Matthias is wondering, what kind of role would you like to play in a power play? Where would you like to position yourself, or would you like to control the game or be the one that takes the shots?
I think that's all based on where the coaches think it's best. I don't know how they run it, or if I'll even be on it. But that's not my decision. But
if you would be on it,
I kind of play anywhere. I like going in the net front. I like being on the half wall, either side.
In the office.
Yeah. I kind of just. It's everywhere, so I kind of was all over the place last year and all over the place the year before, so I don't really have a specific preference, to say the least.
Just make the best of it.
Yeah.
Neo is wondering, what's your top 3 burger toppings? You like burgers?
Yeah, actually, I went to that Bastard Burger today.
Yeah.
So I'd have to say the truffle mayo for sure, because they had that today. Cheese is a given. I'd say bacon. And I've had some burgers on like a pretzel bun, and those are pretty good. If you can somehow get a pretzel bread. So.
Is it close to? I heard like one of the best burger places in the world is the Shake Shack.
No, you gotta go Five Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Five Guys. I think they're only in California, but that's the best.
That's the best. The best you had.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
we got Max here at least.
No, but like the Bastards Burger it's more like a sit down. Like the Five Guys is like fast food burger, but it's like supposed to be the healthiest, cleanest style fast food.
Yeah.
So, but those are I think those are fading away. Like when you got, like I said, this Bastard Burger where it's more healthier, cooked more proper than the fast food places.
It feels like a cleaner burger,
yeah,
so to speak.
Yeah.
Isaac is wondering, who's your favorite player in the NHL? And you can say both historically and today.
Yeah, I think my favorite player, I guess, was obviously, like we said before, Joe Sakic. Now, not really, because I don't really have one now, because you just you follow your friends and stuff that are playing. So it's and then you're still trying to get yourself to play there. So I can't really say if you're a fan of a player that you're the one day hoping to play against them or with them, then it'd be I don't know, maybe a little weird or something. So,
yeah.
But I guess I followed Joe Sakic growing up, and then ever since I got older, you're just aspiring to still play there, and work yourself to play there eventually. So, right, you just follow as a center, you follow, I guess, different players and try and mimic or see tendencies. You see what they do, and that's what we watch for when we're watching.
Let's stick with Matt Barzal,
yeah.
Burnaby boy. Wish him the best in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Oscar is wondering, how hard can you shoot? Have you ever measured?
We did it in college, I think. So that would have been like 5 years ago. And that was miles per hour. So I don't know, I hit like 92 maybe miles per hour. So
they can use the people who listens to this can use the miles per hour, kilometers per hour converter.
Yeah. But that was in the States, so I don't know. It was like 92. I think I clocked that. So I don't know if that's 100. I don't even know what that is, kilometers.
Yeah, but it's good.
Yeah.
Samuel is wondering, not myself, another Samuel is wondering, name 3 things with you that stands out. I think both on and off. Nice.
I would say hardworking, happy. I don't know. Appreciative, I guess, would be the best.
Coffee drinker?
No, not usually.
Not
just
usually.
For this.
It was a special occasion.
Yeah.
Harry is wondering, do you know any Swedish yet?
No, not too much Swedish yet. It's kind of like I was reading some of the menus, and there's a lot of words you guys use that are similar to English. So a lot of the stuff hockey related, they use a lot like forecheck and stuff's kind of in English. Where in Finland it wasn't at all like that. So, but I have guys translating. So I've only been here 3 weeks. So I think in a month or two I'll start picking up some of the words that are used a lot, probably hockey related, and then hopefully move a little bit past that.
Hockey is the same at least, so you know that.
Yeah.
That much. I have a question as well from this Samuel. The question is, obviously, have you had any meatballs yet?
I haven't had meatballs here yet. I was looking forward to going to IKEA, but there's not an IKEA, I guess, in this town. Because I've been to IKEAs everywhere, but because it's originated from Sweden.
Yeah.
So I was going to go get some meatballs from there. But during lunchtimes, I'll look for some places to have Swedish meatballs for sure.
Yeah. You gotta. You have to.
Yeah.
It's very, very Swedish, typical Swedish. And the last question is from Morley.
Oh, my mom.
What are your 3 favorite things about Canada?
I'd have to say 3 favorite things about Canada. The nice people. Well, Vancouver, the city itself, Vancouver. What else would be? I don't know.
The third
Just
thing.
I guess the family, being at home.
Yeah.
Miss the family, I guess. That's the most important for me in Vancouver and why we go home.
That was a family-friendly answer.
Yeah.
So hopefully you'll pass.
Hopefully she'll be happy with that.
Yeah. Otherwise, you get to hear it. I imagine. So yeah, that's all we had for today. Thank you very much
thanks
for
for
being
having
here.
me.
So we'll talk more in the future, and we're very happy to have you here.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to be here.